And again. So we're going to lift up, inhale and exhale. Let's do 2 more. So lift and lower, lovely. Try not to hyperextend. It's just an arm reach and lower. Give me a side bend. Okay, 2 more. Lovely. And then from there, just take your right hand onto your shoulder and then circle that back. All right, just on the right side. We're going to do 2 more and then we're going to change it. So I just want to get as much movement as we can into the upper body. And then we're going to do some little bit of posture work. 3 and 4. Okay. Then you lower the arm down. Now just slide down. Come down towards your thighs, hands onto your thighs, and then into your flexion extension. Now as you're doing this, we're going to be talking about different postures, and we've got, and nobody is perfect. We're all, one of us could be a little bit kyphotic, a lordotic, be a little bit sway back, flat back even, or even scoliosis, yeah, or it might be a little bit of both. Okay, and what you were born with, you haven't got now, so you maybe have developed kyphotic or lordotic posture. So let's drop the chin to the chest and roll up. Okay. Now let's think about our postures. So let's think about like a kyphotic posture. Somebody's a little bit more on the round shoulder. Yeah, a little bit of a, you know, the people hunchback, a little bit of a hunch there. People who are lordotic, kind of a little bit of an engagement here. So there's the lumbar into a little protrusion, all right? And then flat back, you know, I was thinking about teenagers, yeah, flat back. Okay, so let's think about just pulling through that pelvis forward and back. So if you're a lordotic, let's think about this. If you were in a lordotic posture, then you would like this here, wouldn't you? This would feel nice for you because this is what you're used to being in. But this, anything, even flat back people, flat back, yeah, lordotic, they're not really going to like this position coming forward because their body's not used to it. They're always kind of thinking posterior. So this position here, so as we come forward, there we go. So great for lordotic people. All right, now hold that there. All right, now bring that into the center. All right. Take your arms forward. Okay, now really for kyphotic people, this is a position, yeah? This is the kyphotic people here. So these muscles at the back of the body are long, overstretched, and these are short, yeah? So let's think what we can do. So arms forward, you're gonna open the door. You see how I'm retracting the muscles at the back of the body. So a kyphotic person doesn't like this because these are long muscles, overstretched, yeah? And the chest muscles, which are opening through the chest, the pectoralis major and minor, are short, yeah, and weak. So you see I'm doing the opposite. Now I'm going to do a bow and arrow. Okay, I'm going to do a bow and arrow. So I'm going to pull back and pull back. I'm going to follow my right elbow back. And again. Okay. Now lower down. Let's go into a thread like a needle. So you're going to take your right arm, thread it through, and lift it up. That's it. You're going to thread through and lift up. 2 more. We're going to thread it through and lift. Last time. Thread through.
Take a 20 seconds.
And lift. So hand down, and then let's do 4 onto the other side. So come down and through and lift up. That's it, down and through. So this thread like a needle, again, think about kyphotic people, that rounded back. And this is probably going to feel quite uncomfortable to do this, especially when you lift that arm up into that 12 o'clock and you're pulling back on those muscles. Okay, let's circle the axis. So we're going to come round. That's it, round we go. Okay, and again. And let's do then 4 onto the other side. So you can see I'm just kind of moving the axis round into that circle. All right, one more time. All right, and then roll it up. Okay, roll up. Now take the arms up with you, take them up to the top, and then just bring them down in front of you. So sagittal plane, down to the floor, touch the floor, touch your knees, touch your toes, whatever you can do today, and then roll it back up. Okay, then lift up. Then you're going to rotate the arms, you're going to come out to your right side, and then you're going to roll down on the right side of your body. You're going to roll it down, and I'm going to move it across to the left side, and then inhale, exhale, I'm going to bring it back up. Yeah, up to the top and through. Then I'm going to rotate it over onto my left side. I'm going to bring it down on the left side of my body. So anticipate what's optimum for you. This is about body awareness. What works for you? Yeah, what side works for you? And then up to the top and open. Let's bring the back of those hands together. Round and open. Round and open. Two more. Round and open. Last one. Okay, and then you're just going to take a little sweep over the top, and then a sweep over the top the other side. Okay, and again, two more. We're going to come out and then out. Lovely. I'm going to bend the knees. So I'm going to do a nice deep breath in and out. One more time. Deep breath in and out. Let's step out a little bit wider on the right, and then just turn it across. Yeah, and again, turn it across. So over in the right arm, and then over on the left. That's it. Across and across. Two more. One and two. Okay. And then from here, just take the palms down and through. So let's rotate the shoulders round and through. That's it. Beginning to really ache now, getting that lactic acid building up, taking that from that energy system. And we could maintain this movement with that lactic acid feeling for about up to 90 seconds. I'm not going to take you that long, but we can push our body that far. Okay, two more. One, try and stay with me. Last one. Two, lower down, side bend. There we go. So flushing away that lactic acid. Okay, and again. So from the energy system, when we start to use the lactic acid, we take from our glycogen, and we also take from our carbohydrate stores. Okay, so let's take that around. And then when you get that discomfort, that ache, that lactic acid ache, almost now it should have disappeared, yeah? Arms might feel a little bit heavy, but yeah, disappeared. Flushed away, sweat it out, wee it out, whatever. Okay, bring those feet in. Let's circle back the right arm, circle back the left arm. Step back on the right, so not a lunge. Step back and bring it in, the other side. Yeah, and again, so step back, and then bring that in, the other side. Step back. Now, I'm going to take the right arm, I'm going to circle that around, and I'm going to do it onto the left side. So as I take it back, I circle, yeah? So I come back and circle. Last one. Okay. I'm going to bring both arms up, and I'm going to take it around to my right side, and then around to my left. Yeah? So I'm coming out to my right side, and then to my left. Now you're going to step forward on your right. So it's a 1 and 2. We're going to go round to the right, round to the left. You're going to push the arms down. You're going to step back in, and you're going to do a little sit down, right? And the other side. So we're going to come forward. We're going to come round to the left. We're going to come round to the right. We're going to lower the arms down, and we're going to push back and then step in. You're going to step back on the right, circle back on that right arm. Step back on the left, circle back on the left arm. Do that again, one more time. Now before we go forward, we're going to take it into a lateral. Okay, and I'm going to go into a lateral lunge. So I'm going to come out, work into right, and then left. Okay. Out, right. And let's think about the dimensions I'm working in. Right, so we've worked sagittal plane, we took the leg back and we did a rotational work through the arm. Now forwards. So we come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, lower the arms, step back, and then a little sit down. Yeah, and the other side. So come forward, we go round to the left, then to the right. We lose the arms, so you've got that movement to push back and then take it down into the squat. Lovely. Open out through those arms, take the right leg out and then rotate. So a little rotation across the body. That's it. Cross. There we go. All right, now stay here, bring the back of the hands together. So we do 1 and 2. Okay, and then you're going to stay here and you're going to rotate those shoulders.
Take a 20-second rest.
Sit. Round we go. Remember that lactic acid build-up? Probably about now. Yeah, there we go.
Get ready.
There's your glycogen, there's your carbs. There it is, pulling from those energy systems. There. And again, 2 more into the isometric contraction. Let's get that blood flowing. Let's send signals down the blood flow to those blood vessels to allow the blood pressure to fall. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let the muscle relax. Bring it forward. Inhale, exhale. This is when all your little metabolic signals now in the blood flow are coming down into those blood vessels and giving them signals to say, relax, open out, lower the pressure. Yeah, and through. Step in, lift up, rotate. Down we go. Down onto your right side, across, and then up and through. Up to the top. Round we go, down and through, so it becomes a flow. And then across the center, inhale, exhale, and then roll it up, and then reach as far as you can, up to the ceiling, and then lower down. Let's take the right knee up, and then the left arm, and then the other side. And again, so you're lifting, and lifting. That's it, 2 more. Excuse me. Okay, into a hip abduction. So I'm going to come out to the sides, and inside, out, and 2. Let's do a hip extension. So I'm going to come into that little extension, and then the other side, 2 more, 1, and then 2. Okay, I'm going to tap and circle on my right, just on my right side. That's it. Round we go. Tap and circle. 1 more time. Tap and circle. Step that back in and the other side. So tap and round. And again, tap and round. Tap and round. Lovely. You can just use your arms to help with that balance. Okay, right knee up, right leg hip abduction, right leg hip extension, tap it and then take it round, yeah, and then bring it back in and then the other side. So we go up, we go out into an abduction, we go out into a hip extension, and then tap it through and then take it around. That's it, and through. Just get those legs out nice and wide as you can, and come out to your right side. So this is now where we open up the hip, the inner thigh. So the inner thighs are tight and weak. These inner thighs are going to have a pull on the pelvic floor muscles. So they really overlap, yeah? So they work together. So inner thigh, think inner thigh strength, pelvic floor strength.
Exercise 3.
Okay, 2 more. You come down onto your right side and then down onto your left. I'm going to bring the hands down to the center, and now I'm going to stretch up to those hamstrings. So feeling the stretch into the back of the thigh, and then I'm going to bring it over to my right side. Pressing down, inner thigh stretch, and then across to the other side, pressing down onto that inner thigh stretch. Hold up there, and then coming up, bring your hands into the center, inhale, exhale, and then roll it up. Step in or jump, whatever feels good for you. Okay, from this position, I'm just going to come out into a little tap to the right. So notice it's like a very small lunge, all right, a very small lunge. So I'm going to make my lunge a little bit bigger. I'm going to progress through this, okay. Now as I'm coming out, notice then this foot stays on the floor, okay. So I'm going to, notice how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to come 1, 2, 3, push back, yeah. 1, 2, 3, push back. Small, medium, large, come back. 1, 2, push and back. Lift up and roll down.
Take a 20-second rest.
So roll down to the floor, roll it down, hold it there, and then inhale, exhale. Let's bring that up.
Get ready.
Okay, up we go.
Exercise 5.
And shoulders back and down. Let's come into a front raise, open the chest, and then come back in and lower down. And again, so you come out and up into a front raise, open, and then in and lower. Give me a side bend. 1, and then 2. Front raise again. So it's up, open, in and down. Side bend right, and then side bend left. Lovely. Circle around on your right arm, and then circle around on your left arm. And then give me 2 slow squats. So down 1, and then down 2. Okay, one more time. Circle around on the right, circle around on the left, and then 2 slow squats. Down 1, and then down 2. Okay, lovely. Step back on the right, circle back on that right arm. Round we go 1, and the other side, round we go 2. And again, so we can step back, round we go on your right side, step back, and then round we go on your left side. Step in, step forward. 1, 2, we come round to the right, round to the left, up into the center, and then sit down. Yeah, on the other side. So you come forward, round, and round, into the center, step back, and then into your little squat. We're going to go into a lateral lunge, so just do what is right for you, right? Whatever length you want to make this, and then we'll change it like stutter, stutter, stutter. All right, so here we go. So it's 1, 2, 3, back. 1, 2, 3, back. 1, 2, 3, back. 1, 2, 3, back. Transverse. Bring the opposite arm with you. Yeah, over. That's it. Like you're reaching out. Reach away. That's it. 2 more. 1, and then 2. Okay. You're going to take the arms up, and you're going to rotate out to your right side, and you're going to roll down. Okay, and then you're going to take it across, and you're going to come up on the other side. Up we go, and into the top. Let's do it onto the left side now. So turn, round we go, down. Sustain on rotational movements now. Over to your right side and then roll it up. Okay, and then up to the top. Roll down the arms, take your right leg up, take your right leg out to your side into a hip abduction, and then into that hip extension, and then a little tap and circle, round, back, and as you step in, so it takes us into the other side, out, and then into that abduction, extension, and then take that tap, round and back. Hit the legs out nice and wide. Let's do a nice lunge out to your right,
Take a 20 seconds.
and then to your left. So just putting everything we've been doing this morning, just putting it all together before we come down onto the floor. Okay, 2 more.
Get
You're
ready.
down 1,
Exercise 9.
and then 2. Okay, let's just come down into the center and let's just stretch it out here. Okay, stretch that out, hold it there. 3, 2, 1, bend the knees, and then roll it up. And shoulders back and down, step in or jump in, whatever feels good for you. Take your arms up, inhale, exhale down, last time, up we go, inhale, and exhale down. All right, so let's take our mats, let's take our mini balls, and then we're going to come down onto the floor in a
Take a
moment.
20 seconds.
So go and get some water if you haven't got any, and you want to hydrate. I'll tell you what else I'm going to get as well. I'm going to just take a cushion from my settee. So I'm going to use one for when we're going to kneel, right? So nice on the knees. This mat is very skinny, even though I've got a carpet underneath, but it's nicer to use a cushion. Okay, have that there. Okay, so come to the back of your mat, All right, so lift up through those arms and then come down and through. Let's come down together. Let's come down together. All right, and then from there, hold it there, and then just come away. Come away from your feet and then coming into your down dog. Now when you come into your down dog and then just come into your little flexion extension as you go into your pedal push through the feet. That's it. Okay. All right, now from there you're going to walk those hands away and you're going to come into that full plank position. All right, so notice toes are curled under, shoulders are away. I'm not doming my back here, so the serratus anterior, this is the muscle at the side of the back. People can tend in a plank position to dome, yeah? So try and think about shoulders away from the ears, yeah? Shoulders away. Slowly, slowly dropping down to the knees and then sit back into your child's pose. Okay, I'm going to come forward and I'm going to come into a cobra. I'm going to stretch out through the front of the hip and also into the abdominals as well. All right, so I'm going to come slide it back and then I'm going to come forward. That's it.
Take a 20 second rest.
Okay, all right, I'm going to come into a position and all fours, and then I'm just going to come into that little flexion extension. And this movement is great for all postures. Yeah, so think about as we come into that sort of kyphotic position and lordotic position. So the opposites are going to enjoy one movement rather than the other. Yeah, so just think about it. So a lordotic person is going to like it here because this is how they are. But kyphotic. But a lordotic person who has this excess lumbar spine isn't going to like this, and then it changes. You see how it changes. So there you go. So your extension is great for your lordotic, but not nice for your kyphotic. So just sort of think about the opposites there. Okay, all right. Let's drop the arm down to the floor. Let's stretch out that shoulder. and then you're going to lift it and away. And again, so you're going to drop it down.
Exercise 3.
And then lift away. Again, another mobility movement, great for all postures. Down we go. And lift up. And again. Down we go. And lift away. Okay, just staying on a little bit more hip work before I come down any further. I'm just going to circle round my right leg. Yeah, just taking it round, getting some hip rotation. So we talked about when we did the wide lunges and we moved side to side, about the inner thigh working with the pelvic floor muscles. Again, we're also opening up the hip, so we're just going to do 4 each side. 2, 3.
Get ready.
And
Exercise
4.
4.
Okay, I'm going to come up, I'm going to go into a kneeling position, and I'm going to place my hands together in a prayer position. And I'm going to turn out to my right side, and then I'm going to turn to my left. Now, how much can you turn when you go out to your right compared to how much you can turn when you go out to your left? Yeah? Or are you equal? Can you go further one side than the other? Okay. All right, so it's not very much body awareness here. So let's take the right leg forward. Okay, take the right leg forward. I'm going to take my cushion, I'm going to place it on the floor. I'm just going to kneel on it. It's much more comfortable. Yeah, much more comfortable. Now I'm just going to go into a little pelvic tilt. Right. So stiff hips might be there's this iliopsoas, this what we know as I'm going to call it the hip flexor, okay, but from a technical point of view, from the proper name, it's called the iliopsoas. The only muscle in the body is that goes right away from the bottom of the spine through the lumbar, crosses down over to the pelvis, and attaches into the top of the femur, right at the top there. This is what we call the lesser trochanter, right? So that's a long muscle. And you think like people who have stiff hips, this could be really short, yeah, and all tight. Those muscle fibers are all kind of knotted, and this is a lovely stretch. Now come as far forward as you can. So you're really like pushing that pelvis forward. Lift up through that arm, take the foot out a little bit wide if you need to, and then reach over. So I've got the stretch all the way through. So if you're getting pain in your hips,
Get ready.
it might mean nothing to do with the joint itself. It may mean that there's a tightness, an inflexibility, and a weakness here into the hip flexor, and then lower down. Okay, I'm going to bring that leg down. All right, I'm going to take the cushion away a moment. Take the cushion away. I'm going to take my arms out into a V. I'm going to turn the palms. So palms in and the thumbs are at the back of my room. I'm going to come down into a V and up into a W. Right? So you see I'm dropping my thumb onto my shoulder and up. Now why am I bringing my thumb into my shoulder? Because the kyphotic people, we really want the upper back to be nice and strong. We really want to engage those muscles further. And just by turning the thumb outwards, yeah, behind you, then that will really help. Down we go, yeah? Just try it, do it yourself. Just change your palms around, yeah? Just play with it and you'll feel the difference immediately. Okay, take the arms down. So let's now take the cushion under and then bring through. Okay, no, sorry, wrong side. There. I knew there was one. Okay. So let's just go into that little tilt, yeah, just forward and back. And again, oh my goodness, so much tighter on this side. So much tighter. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. Now let's press it as far forward as we can, and then lift up, okay, find the stretch, and then take it over.
Take a 20-second
Wow.
rest.
Really feel that deep stretch right the way through. Think about the length of this muscle. Just hold it there.
Get ready. Exercise 8.
Okay. Lower the arm down. Take that leg away. Take the little cushion away from you. Bring your mini ball round and come into a seated position. Bring the ball between your knees. Okay. And lengthen the arms away. So I'm going to come back into a little half a roll back. Yeah, and again, back into your half a roll back and lift out. That's it. Back into your half a roll back and lift. There we go.
Take a 20-second rest.
Now remember when we talked about this sort of kyphotic posture, the muscles are really long at the back of the body. Remember we did an open door and a bow and arrow. Should we do that here? So let's do an open door and then let's do a bow and arrow. Yeah, and then the other side. So you're going to do an open door and then a bow and arrow. Okay. And again, so you're going to do an open door and then a bow and arrow. Okay, and again, so round we go. Open door and then a bow and arrow. I'm going to do one more each side. So open door and a bow and arrow. Last one. So open door and then your bow and arrow. Okay, and I'm going to roll all the way back now. I'm going to roll all the way back. I'm going to take my arms down and open. Head, neck and shoulders onto the floor. And I'm going to roll over to my right side 4 times. Yeah, 4 times on my right. So 2. That's it. If you want to make it harder, this is where you can start to extend the legs. Right, 3. So you know you've got 4 repetitions. Okay, and then the other side. So start off low. And that feels good. Lengthen the legs a little bit further. And then if it still feels good and you want to go a bit harder, you've still got 2 repetitions left. And then you can take the legs a little bit longer. Yeah, one more time. Out we go. Okay, you're just going to bring the feet down onto the floor. You're going to tilt the pelvis. So think about the first few vertebrae before you bring up the rest. Because a flat back person tends to come up like that. Yeah, flat back. So whatever posture you are, think 1, 2, 3. So the sacral part of the spine is fused. Then start to think of the next vertebrae, 5, right the way through thoracic, and then as high as you can, and there, like just resting down on the cervical area, 1 to 7, onto your shoulders. Okay, then from there, toy soldier. I'm going to drop down one arm, and I'm going to drop down the other, all right? So my aim is to bring the hand down towards the floor. Yeah, now can you bring the hand over and touch? I can't on my right, but I can on my left. Again, imbalances. Yeah, and again 2 more. 1, keep squeezing that ball, keep that isometric contraction going. Okay, lift up to the top and lift away. Take the arms behind you. Again, great for kyphotic people. Roll it down, roll down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Don't flatten it down all at once. As the sacral part of your spine is on the floor, then bring your arms up and over. You see what we're doing then? We're really working through the chest and the shoulders. And again, so let's lift up, think vertebrae by vertebrae, yeah? And then just float the arms back with you. Taking the arms back, keeping those hips nice and high. Roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Remember, think about your spine. Think about what's landing on the mat. Sacral part, coccyx. sacrum, down we go, and then there we go, and over. Open through those arms, and then just come out side to side. There we are, side to side. Okay, and then bring those knees into the chest, hands on top of the knees, and then just relax. You can rock off side to side if you want to. There. So any bridge work as well, brilliant for all postures. You'll never find the bridge. You'll always be off of the bridge if you are going through any sort of physio, osteopathic, chiropractor issues with spine, posture issues. Then most of them would definitely give you a bridge. You just can't go wrong. It's the safest exercise. Taking your feet down, just come back up into a bridge. So remember, we talk about back health, glutes being strong. What's happening now? Yeah, glutes strong. Glutes are now contracted into that isometric contraction. Blood flow is restricted. Blood pressure now rises. Yeah. Now, as I lower it down and lift, so the contraction is, we're now giving those signals that we're relaxing and contracting the muscles. And then we begin to lower the blood pressure. Okay, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way down onto the floor, guys. Take the ball away from you and just stretch away. Legs long and then arms above the head. Up there. Okay, bring those legs in, head, neck and shoulders away, and then roll it up. Okay, wow, it's getting darker in here. And then bring that round to all fours, guys, and then a little flexion extension. Okay, two more. One, and then last one, and then two. Lovely. Let's tuck under. Let's come up into that down dog position, heels down to the floor. Stretch it out. Allow any tension, anything that's